have not planned anything for this.
Nope.
We're raw dogging this whole situation.
I think it turns out better.
When we raw dog situations?
Yeah.
I don't know. That ended up you in a pregnancy that you didn't plan, and same here. Just kidding. Hi, guys.
This is the episode about the tea.
This is an episode about the champagne.
The
tea.
champagne.
We just
hear me?
filmed the episode about us, but the audio was having issues. And my cat he was almost pulling the light over. We're going to have to...
We're a mess.
Yeah, we're a mess. So, anyways, welcome to the pod. We're going to talk about the tea because everyone was asking on our last episode, we want to know the photography tea.
And I feel like we need to give the people what they want.
Yeah, totally. 100%. I can't have two babies up here. Do you want the cat?
Making biscuits. I'll
He's
take the
making
baby.
biscuits. Yeah,
I can't
seriously,
breastfeed. Never mind.
Yeah,
What am I doing?
It's on the boobies. So, not me drinking champagne while breastfeeding. The internet's going to judge me. Just a little bit won't hurt you guys.
Just a little. Why is he
People
making
do
biscuits?
Fentanyl. People do fentanyl and breastfeed. No, in Washington, wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so where do we even start? We have not planned anything for this.
Nope.
We're raw dogging this whole situation.
I think it turns out better.
When we raw dog situations?
Yeah.
I don't know. That ended up you in a pregnancy that you didn't plan, and same here. Just kidding. Yeah, I think it is better.
We talked about how we met last time,
Yeah.
which was through a photography club.
Yeah, at Deschutes.
Yeah.
When we were doing this, like, we put together these little style shoots in collaborative little groups. So, where do we even start with this? We both had mutual friends, and there was the Evergreen Photography Club or whatever, right? We're not going to name names. We can give people code names, I guess. But we both had a few mutual friends, and this little photography club in Olympia, Tacoma area.
Yeah.
I want to say...
Well, people are from everywhere.
Wasn't it first Military Wives, and then
Yeah.
One of the girlies said we could open it up to whoever.
I came like a little bit late to the party. You were there before me.
You're
so.
right, I was. Okay. Okay, so there's a few girlies, admin, they invited me. I was like, okay, cool, this looks fun. And then...
Wait, did you get added as a military wife?
Yeah, I told people that I was like... Because technically, they considered me military wife. I
Yeah.
told people the truth, but I wasn't really military wife. But they were like, yeah, you can go look at this situation here. I love this. Then one of the girls, we're going to call her... we're going to call her Mufasa. Mufasa.
Why are we both saying M like in our head?
I
That's so
don't...
funny.
I'm gonna
Her name does not start with an M.
You don't look. Demonetized for this.
Just blur it out.
So...
Mufasa.
Mufasa was like, okay, let's open it to other people, blah, blah, blah. We started doing styled things. That's
And then
how I met Taylor.
I got added to it because...
By Mufasa, right?
No.
No?
By an angel.
Okay.
She...
We love and are still friends with this angel.
Yes. She just posted on her story, like, a shootout or something. I was like, what's a shootout? So then she told me and then invited me to the club.
Yeah.
In the club, we're all fam.
In the club, we're all fam. Take a sip. Okay, so it was Mufasa and Angel and me and Taylor and a couple other photographers that went to this event and this shootout. And I want to say we were trying to plan something else in the meantime. And there was so many logistics.
Oh. So that original, like, first shootout was fine.
Yeah.
And then...
But we were trying to plan for something else, and then that's when things took a turn.
Yeah. Like, Mufasa was trying to make a lot of rules, and, like... Because there was, like, admins, which ended up being... like, 5... people, including us too. And so she wanted
be
everyone
the
to have
head
a
honcho.
role. That was the word. A role.
But no matter what, she was the head honcho.
Yeah.
And even if we had opinions, it had to go through final approval for her.
Yeah.
Which was just kind of this unspoken thing. Like, it was never
Like
agreed upon.
She could easily just be like, I never said that.
Yeah.
But it was like,
Or
it was a vibe.
Yeah, yeah. So that kind of unraveled really quickly. Like, people, okay, I remember there's a really long phone conversation. And
Maybe like 20.
get off the baby. There was 20 phone conversations between Mufasa and many different individuals in the admin.
About a certain person
Certain people, yeah.
that they didn't like. Because I think she was just too quickly added into the admin role. That sounds so stupid.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm like 5, but
This
yeah,
is
the
very
admin
nice, yes.
rule. Yeah. And then she regretted it because like the way she lives her life basically. And I'm trying not to say like key things to like give away, but I mean if it's you, you're going to know.
Yeah, for real.
If you're listening.
If you're tuning in, you're going to know.
Yeah.
So,
But it ended up being more like this person was starting to not want anyone to be a part of the group because of the way they live their life and religious stuff or like.
Which, like, we have no problem with whatever you affiliate with.
Yeah.
Like, I love Jesus, but I'm not going to, like, make a decision of a group that's a collective based on how I feel about something.
Yeah. Well, there's too many people, too many different personalities.
Yeah. I mean, unless it's like a moral situation, but like,
Well, yeah.
there was so many things that were not. Okay, one of the things was, I remember I was like, I want to host like a boudoir thing. And she was like, we will absolutely not be doing
That
boudoir.
will not be
This
part
is
of
supposed to
my
be
club.
family friendly. And I was like, you could totally not over sexualize boudoir.
Yeah.
You could totally like include many different like walks of life, different situations in that. Yeah, so it was just wild. That was like my first thing where I was like, man, I feel like this isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
So, and then the other thing was like having a phone conversation where there was, I wouldn't say it was like gossip, but I would say it's like, am I handling this right? Or what would you do? And I'm like, as much as I appreciate the sentiment, you should not be in charge. If you feel like you need to go to every single person in the group and ask them if you're handling it okay, because at that point it's just manipulation.
Yeah. I feel like.
But I don't think she genuinely knew that. I think she just genuinely was like,
I think
did
she
not know how to be a leader.
No, I think she just wanted to be validated in decisions that she was making.
That's what I did when I was 22.
Yeah. Like, even though she was wrong, she needed somebody to tell her. She needed 5 people to tell her she was right.
Yeah.
And then when people said she was wrong,
then that was the end of the world.
That caused.
Well, I don't even want to do this group anymore. Yeah. I don't even want to be a part of this. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, shuts down. Literally. Then I think it was me. I was like, well, do you care if we keep the club going?
Yeah.
Like, to keep the chat, to keep the page alive, to keep doing this. Well, you guys should have asked me how I was doing instead of asking me how the club, like, to keep the club.
Yeah, she was the one that ghosted everyone.
Yeah, but like, and I don't know. It was just wild. I want to say at one point it was like, well, you should have known something was happening based on the way I was acting. I'm like, I just met you. Like, how am I supposed to know? And then also, like, why can't we do this without you? If you don't want to be a part of it, why can't we?
Yeah.
So we had to start our own thing, and we called it the Unclub.
The Unclub.
Which is kind of like our unspoken, like, I mean, I don't care. I'll be out about it. But, like, we had our own little group chat, and we just went from there.
Yeah.
And we turned into, like, all these little besties. Mm-hmm. We bonded over the bull crap.
And that's the Unclub baby.
Yeah, this is the Unclub baby. The first one. Because we're hoping to add more to the mix. We're just, there's
not
a lot
from
going
me.
on. No, not from her, just in general. But
I'll help take care of them. So.
But yeah, we bonded and we grew from it. And I don't know, there's a lot more to unpack here. There's a few other girls that we had worked with that rubbed us the wrong way. I'll tell you one situation. We went to the beach a long time ago, and there was like 7 of us. There's so many people. And I was like, you guys, the sun is going to set behind the rock. And I remember specifically like saying we're going to miss it. And they didn't listen to me. And they wanted to focus on a stupid pouring wine into glasses with Haystack Rock in the backs
for an extended period of time.
Exactly. I was like, why are you guys focusing on this? We're going to miss the sunset. Like, I work very efficiently. That is not efficient. So I was super pissed off. And then, and before that, I had asked the girls, I was like, do you guys need to come? Like, I need to go check on Riley at the hotel room because my friend was watching her. And apparently it rubbed one of the girls the wrong way that I was asking permission. But I was like also saying it so that people would not think I was just abandoning leaving them and then offering a bathroom. We were all leaving too. Literally like, who wants to use the public bathroom? Come use my bathroom that I paid $500 for.
Yeah.
So I was trying to be nice. Apparently, and then she tried to talk shit to my friends about it at coffee a few weeks later. Yeah. So I'm like, wait, what? Time, this girl was in the center of every single shot. The whole time.
Every single, like if you're scrolling through your pictures. We do
a style shoot. Yeah, we scroll through our BTS, and every single time this person is dead center, trying to get the best shot.
And that's fine, like, but you have to be aware and like get out of the way. Like, okay, I got my shot. But like a lot of people just are so unaware.
Yeah,
like,
they're not self-aware. Yeah. They're oblivious. I would say this person is one of those people who's not super self-aware. And I have no shame in saying that. Like it took me a long time to be more self-aware in a group collective. If you're going to be a part of my cat is throwing up a hairball. Did you hear that? Oh.
Yeah, do that over there.
Like if you're going to be a part of a group, you kind of have to be aware of what you're doing.
Yeah, especially when there's 7 photographers.
Yeah.
2 photographers, really? And yeah.
And that's not the first time or the last time, probably, that people have rubbed me the wrong way in that sense. And I can't speak for Taylor because she's very tolerant. You're very tolerant.
I am.
And patient and kind. And for me, thanks. I feel like
you little dork.
Am only tolerant for my kids. So why is this cat trying to ruin the vibe the whole time? Get out of here. We love you. Can you hold our champagne? Can you pour us more? Yeah. So we talked about how the club crumbled.
It
crumbled. It uncrumbled. I'm just kidding. We talk about why that happened. We talk about how some people are not self-aware, and that's why we don't want to really shoot in group settings that much anymore.
Yeah, we know who we're going to invite and we go directly to them.
Oh, and that's another thing too, is that we were called cliquey and that we don't invite people okay, first of all, how many people do you expect us to invite to a shoot? Because if you have more than 4, someone's getting in your way.
Yeah.
And when you know 3 people you work well with, wouldn't you invite them to the things that you're doing? And you know personality wise that you mesh too, and that you're not going to rub my clients the wrong way.
Yeah.
Because we went and shot with Taylor's clients somewhere and someone was not being very nice to her clients. So
someone, just like almost like manhandling them verbally.
And they're not your clients. They're yours.
Yeah. So I just didn't like that was triggering me. Yeah. It's like, don't be rude. Don't be rude to my friends.
Don't be rude to my friends, bro.
No, but yeah. So that was like the last straw for me.
Yeah. So there's a reason why we work like with the girlies that we sync up with well, like personality wise, collaboration wise, creativity wise, and at the end of the day, someone who's going to look out for you when you feel like they need the shot too. I feel like every single time we're shooting together, I'm like, Taylor, did you get that? Yeah. Because I'm like a weirdo and I work so fast because I want to get a million shots, and I'm always like, Taylor needs to get that shot too.
That's sometimes, but a lot of the times I feel like, especially during weddings though, we're like so good, we'll just be like just like naturally switching.
Yeah, because there's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
But you guys imagine that with like 7 people. Yeah.
And then like half of them don't move.
Or don't listen.
Yeah. Trying to get everyone on the same page. Yeah. Or like, now I get why teachers get mad. After I
gosh.
did like my first like style shoot where I was like running it, I feel like dumb saying that. But
Like where you host something
Yeah.
where you are the one who puts it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I'm realizing, oh, okay. this is how difficult it can be, and yeah.
Yeah. And I do understand that, like, in many cases, we are, I don't know, I guess we do plan a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. So
But
I do feel like we have a leg to stand on when we're trying to, like, say certain things.
Yeah.
So, like, we
Like
went through the
timing.
hard work of planning this situation out.
Mm-hmm.
So, listen.
Yep.
So,
Especially with the timing.
Yeah.
That's like the big thing.
yeah.
Like I had to be like, can we wait a couple minutes before we get any more new ideas? Like,
Yes. And, like, honestly, at the end of the day, I don't really care. But I just feel like when, like we said, when you're in a group setting, like, you definitely need to be considerate. So this is why a lot of people don't get along. But we're tolerant. We're pretty tolerant.
yeah.
So
The other, like, about the clique, too, is, like, that was when, like, we're inviting each other along with other people, like, to our actual, like, shoots.
oh yeah,
Not style shoots.
yeah,
We would just be coming to each other's shoots.
right, because our clients were okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we
they-
weren't trying to be cliquey.
Yeah, people were thinking we're doing something, like, behind the scenes, but no.
Yeah.
We were just inviting each other to our actual sessions.
And we would hear through the grapevine, like, oh, so and so thinks that you aren't being very, like, open to inviting other people or
Yeah.
something. I don't remember how we found that.
We
out,
weren't
but-
bringing it to the
to the chat.
to the chat.
The chat, yeah. Whereas, like, I really don't think that I should be having my clients have 5 photographers in front of them.
Every single time.
And I always ask, I'm like, okay, what are you comfortable with? Because and like 99% of the time, we're second shooting for each other.
Yeah.
So it is kind of nice that I'm like, oh, I'm bringing my second shooter. Like, is she shooting your wedding? So you'll want to
Yeah.
meet her at a time. They're like, awesome.
Oh yeah.
So, like, that's one thing. So that's why a lot of the things
The
we together
engagements.
post are the same. Because they're engagement sessions or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but I don't really feel like there's any more tea than that. I feel like you might know.
Unless you guys have questions.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if we left anything out, but
There are, like, also some photographers up in this area, because Seattle is cutthroat, that, like, aren't as friendly, I would say. They don't really like, they're not open to
sharing locations.
sharing locations, which I do kind of understand that. But if someone, like, goes out of their way to ask me, I'm not going to be rude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
I
like-
was just talking about that last night.
Like,
Wow.
gatekeeping.
Well, yeah, because who I was with last night was
Yeah.
asking somebody about a location, and they just said no.
Yeah.
Like, I spent the time, the money,
Yeah.
to find the location. But, which I get that part. But if, like you said, if someone asked me, I would never be able to be that guy.
No,
I would
no,
tell
me
them.
either.
I would tell them
Yeah.
the exact, like,
Or-
coordinates, send them the drone
Yeah.
footage. Like,
That's
like,
why, shout out to Kate. She asked me, where'd you get your maternity photos done? And I was like, this exact spot.
Yeah.
Park here. Here are the directions. Like, yeah, I'm going to give you the spot.
Yeah.
Because eventually, if you're smart enough, you're going to dig deep enough to find these locations via map satellite,
Yeah.
which is very easy. Why is my dog whining? But they're like, it does not hurt to ask. And also, gatekeeping another way too is, like, not responding to people intentionally when they ask you about the gear you use. If you're that
Oh.
insecure about sharing, like, the gear or, like, what lens or
Yeah.
what camera you use, then, like, you're not confident in yourself as a photographer, and you think that people are going to step on your toes or whatever, or take your clients, like, you're tripping.
yeah.
You are tripping.
Because I've asked about somebody that always shoots at the beach.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Like
know,
what she
the
was
best
using?
settings, whatever.
Because backlighting
Or like
is
a
hard.
filter, like the lens filter, if
Yeah.
they're using that or whatever. Yeah, because backlighting is not my friend.
It's my best friend. I love it.
Yeah, I love that. But
Funny how that
yeah, but they end up answering anything besides that question.
That's how you know it's intentional.
Yeah.
And it sucks because you're like, I want to be your friend. I want to like you. I want to support you. I want to like your posts and comment. But when you act out of pocket like that,
Yeah.
and you're being, maybe genuinely she didn't see it or whatever. Loki, oh my gosh, my cat. But
And that's not like, we're not saying we're only going to like your posts if you answer our
oh,
questions,
no,
but
but it makes it really hard to support people who do not
support you.
support you.
Because I feel like I'm the most supportive person ever. So it would take me a lot to not. Because like I naturally will just like every single thing. I have to hold myself back. Otherwise I'm annoying. So I just don't understand when people aren't like.
And I'm polar opposite. Taylor has tried to teach me how to be supportive. And like I'll comment back the way she so she'll use both of her accounts to comment on my stuff, and I'm like, you're an angel, I love you. And so I'll try to do that too if I have the energy and the time for it. Which I don't know how you have the time for it with all these fucking kids, but
it just takes a second.
No, you're right, just switch the account, go comment when it's people you really love. 100%.
Not for everyone,
but sometimes I'll scroll through Taylor's story and I'm like, oh, that's cool, I'll get to the end, I'm like, I didn't like anything. So like go back from the beginning, and then I heart everything and like scroll through it again because I'm like, oh, she needs, like, we want the engagement.
Yeah, because every little like and every little thing literally boosts their post or your post
and
up.
We know who of you do not support our stuff because you're a secret hater.
Yeah.
So, or not a secret hater, you just don't care about us. Yeah, openly a hater, you just don't give a crap.
And then there's the people that ghost you, but they're still watching.
But they're still watching your stuff. Yeah, I can't even with that. So, what other tea do we have to spill, Taylor? I feel like there's so much to it.
About the club?
I don't know. Just Pacific Northwest in general. Being a photographer here is wild. There's
a lot of us.
Saturated market here,
but it doesn't stop us.
We still get clients.
Yeah. And I feel like neither of us really advertise.
No, we don't have to. People come to us.
Yeah.
So it is nice. We're all like, I feel like we're pretty booked up, but to a point where we can still be moms and function as members of a household. So.
Like we're both definitely booked for weddings.
Yeah.
And that's a big one.
She's so, sorry guys if you hear that. It's my dog whining. I'm sure she just wants to come over here and love on me, but she's crazy and would pull this whole computer down. I don't know. I guess I don't really have much more to say about the tea.
Yeah, me either.
Okay, guys. If you have questions, let us know. But
I'm sure something we said will spark a question.
Yeah. And no hate, honestly, at the end of the day, hate to the drama starters or even Mufasa. Like I have so much love for her. Like I genuinely like hope the best for her and like all the other people, because
like I miss her.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Like there was fun times. So.
And I honestly, I hope that she kind of sees this and she's like, oh, maybe I'll message them or something.
Well, she has.
Yeah, that's true. But like, I don't know. It'd be nice to just like get out there and shoot with people, like drama free, just have like a good time, whatever. So,
which we do with our certain select few, with our clique.
Yeah. And honestly, there's only 4 of us.
Yeah.
So, so if Fiona and Hansel are watching this, we love you.
I love you.
Which we know you're going to, and you're going to watch it till the end because
you love us.
You love us. And this is a test of your friendship.
There's
there's
a few others that we love too.
Yeah, obviously. But like
those are our besties.
Yeah, and we've like
that's the
literally
unclub.
Bonded. Yeah, that's the unclub, the members of the unclub. Like we, no matter what, are always and one of our members just moved back here.
Yeah.
She moved and now she's back, and we're so happy that she lives so close now.
And she gets to be on the pod.
And she gets to be on the pod soon. We'll have her on. If you guys have questions for our amazing documentary style photographer, Hansel, put them in the comments. She's incredible. If you do not know her information, it's Photos by Hansel on Instagram and Facebook. And if you have questions,
you probably already know her, honestly.
Yeah, you probably do. If you're following us, you know her. She's incredible. She's back.
She's well known.
And she's got 1 million followers. Not really.
She's got a lot.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times people will send like inspo pictures, and I'll be like, that's Hansel's photos.
Yes, she's incredible. And they're here, in the Pacific Northwest. So like I use her stuff as inspo all the time. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's go here to this place.
She's
It's gorgeous.
She's a genius.
She is a genius behind the camera. So, yeah. So if you have questions, let us know. We'll bring her on the pod. She can go into her own story. Well, we love you guys. And normally I would say an outro, but it's really corny and we're working on changing it. So stay classy, stay chaotic.
And unhinged.
And we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers. Clink. We're bad moms. No, I'm just kidding.
That's what I hear.
Should we just keep going? Fuck it. The pizza can be in it. This is reality. Is this thing ASMR?